You know, as far as teen stars go, she shines the brightest. Even her name suggests glamour and fame. Her name is Tiffany, and Tiffany's only been performing for 4 years. Some of you might remember seeing her perform in the early days on Nashville Now. She's already got a couple of hit songs to her credit now.
Yeah, the song I Think We're Alone Now and her remake of the classic Beatles tune, I Saw Him Standing There, are among some of her most popular songs. And with the release of her new album, Hold an Old Friend's Hand, we'll be hearing a lot more from this young pop star. And Kip Kirby has the story.
In the wave of teenage stars, she's riding the highest. Although Tiffany has only been in the business 4 years, she's made quite a splash. In fact, Tiffany says she's grown considerably over the past few years.
As far as producing albums or something, I can sit back and say, I like the way that was produced. I like the song. And I gave a good vocal, but then, you know, a couple days later I'll hear it on the radio or something and I'll think, oh, maybe I could have done better. I always think I could do a better job.
I think when you started, there was a tendency in the industry perhaps not to take you seriously, to think that you were a creation, you know, of someone who had taken you and shaped you and made you Tiffany, the pop star. How much control do you feel now that you have in your own career?
More. The more you experience, the more control you can have. I was anxious to get a mall tour, you know, which was very successful and helped me learn a lot about dealing with an audience, meeting a lot of great people, and it made me so successful, I think, in selling the first album. And so I was just anxious to do anything, and I still am today. You know, I'm thankful just to get in front of a bunch of people and sing. That's what I love to do.
Do you feel that you're maturing? Do you see a difference in yourself now from, say, a year ago? And do you see yourself maturing perhaps in your approach to your music?
Yes, definitely. I want to write now, which probably if you had asked me 3 years ago, I would have said, well, I'm writing sentences down. But I wasn't confident in myself. I thought anything that I wrote down was, oh, let's hide this, you know. I wouldn't even show it to my friends. And now I'll show it to my friends, and I'm very interested in writing for the third album.
Her second album, Hold an Old Friend's Hand, is making things look bright for the future. And the future is what Tiffany's new movie is about.
It's the Jetsons movie coming out Christmas time, I believe. And I did the voice of Judy Jetson, which was different. I was anxious to do it, but at the same time I hadn't done any acting. So I had to make her cry and laugh, and so I could really feel it, you know. But again, it's hard because she's a cartoon. But she's someone I grew up with. So it was kind of, it's cool, you know, that I'm doing Judy Jetson.
Yeah.
Now, Tiffany was born Tiffany Renee Darwish, and she started her career at the ripe old age of 14, doing those little mall tours. She went around, and that was very successful for her.
And that's about the time that she was on National Now the first time. She was doing country music then.
Yeah.
Well, the much publicized and controversial lawsuit that Tiffany's manager, George Tobin, had pressed against Tiffany's mom for emancipation rights has been resolved, and Tiffany now feels that she's in more control of her own career and her own life today. Well, we sometimes feel we're in control here. Seldom, but every now and then. Let's see what we're in control of tomorrow. Here's a preview.